playback, and now's where it counts. We kind of talked to you several times that those in-season games don't seem to matter. Now it counts for real, and now it's a big deal. So exciting time in Southern Indiana, really all across the state of Indiana. They just had an announcement on the PA. It says in every other state it's basketball. In Indiana, it's not just basketball. It's way more than that. So lots of action in there as the girls' season. I think they said it's the 65th anniversary of the first anniversary of women's basketball starting in sectional in Indiana. So it's exciting to see how the evolution of women's basketball throughout the last 50, 60 years. We are going to be kicking that off tonight from Crawford County. Tonight's first game will be us against PAOLI, and then the second game will be Clarksville and Mitchell. I think they have also played earlier this year. Later on tonight in this particular sectional, tomorrow you will see Crawford County, the host, playing Providence, and then you will see Lanesville and Salem. I think that game will also be on WSLM with the guys from Salem broadcasting that game. It's one of those things in this sectional. Lanesville did have to move up this year due to the success. They are a two-time state champion, so they had to move up into 2A this year, which is unfortunate for us. I imagine that they are the favorite. Just had a fantastic season. Had a phenomenal year so far. They're coming in at 17-3, and again, there's no secret to their talent and ability. So Salem will have their hands full tomorrow night. The Crawford-Providence game is going to be an interesting one. I think both teams just over 500 are kind of playing in that range. I'd be very curious to see the tempo. Crawford has just an extremely fantastic post player and really two really talented guards. Providence got all kinds of guards that they're going to throw at you. So it should be kind of an exciting week. Again, for our game, we will be going up against the Rams, and we'll face the winner of Clarksville and Mitchell. That will be on Friday night in the first game, the 6 o'clock game. And then the winner of Crawford Providence, Lanesville, Salem will play in that second game. And then the championship will be 7:30 on Saturday night. So hopefully we'll be playing in that one, and we'll see who comes out of the other side of that bracket. In the area, we've got all kinds of action tonight. The sectional, Brownstown is traveling all the way to South Ripley. My apologies, South Ripley. They are taking on Brown County tonight in just a 6-team sectional. In their game against Brown County, the winner of that will play Austin on Friday night. So I'd like to think Brownstown's probably one of the favorites, but them and Austin's going to be just a fantastic game Friday night. We'll kind of see how that plays out. In sectional 30 up at Scottsburg, Charlestown and Gordon are going at it tonight, and then Silver Creek and Madison are also playing tonight. You get Silver Creek probably the favorite in that sectional. Scottsburg and North Harrison getting the bye, so just a loaded sectional. That's our whole conference plus Madison. We'll be playing in that conference. That's sectional number 30 coming out of Scottsburg, and then sectional 15. Some of the bigger schools tonight. Jeff and Floyd will play. Again, Floyd just having a fantastic season. I got a chance to see Jeff just this past week and just some phenomenal guard play. Should be an exciting game. The winner of that game will go on to play Seymour, and then the winner of that game will play the winner of Bedford and New Albany for the championship. And that is sectional 15. I think I've covered all the ones in the area. Oh, sorry, sectional 63, Borden. The Borden and West Washington will play in this sectional. Tonight, Rock Creek is playing Christian Academy. The winner of that game will play New Wash on Friday. Tomorrow night, West Washington and Borden will play, and then Henryville and South Central will play. Again, Borden, I have to imagine, is the favorite in that sectional, that top 10 team for most of the year. Just an incredibly talented team, a very deep team that's been just playing some really good basketball. So we'll see kind of what comes out of all of these games. But it's one of those things you kind of get to the point as a coach and as a player that, the first 20, 22 games, they don't mean anything anymore. They don't matter at all because now you got a new start. You're 0-0. You get a fresh start against a new team, and it's really a whole new season. So pretty exciting time for all of us here in the booth and here as fans. Sean Smith's going to join me for tonight. He always adds just such a wealth of knowledge and talent. A little recap from, again, last week we did play PAOLI. You had, again, Eastern on top 50-32. Sydney Burton and Katie Hunter led the way for Eastern. Addie Smith with added in 10. Burton and Honor had 15 that game. For the Rams, you had Hopper, their leading scorer, and Hall was their leading scorer that game. As far as for the Rams, I can pull up some of their stats. In this case, sorry, I'm a little slow. PAOLI averaging about 36 points a game. They're coming in 8-14 tonight. They are coming off the loss here. They had 3 consecutive wins coming into the game last week against us. So we were their last taste, and we're their fresh blood in the sectional. So I'm sure that they're going to be ready to play. And averaging about 36 a game, so pretty slow pace. Not a team that's going to get up. In that game last week, it was really a game of tempo. Bailey just could not handle our press and the tempo. We're only averaging about 50 a game, but I think we're probably comfortable when we get in the 50s and 60s. You look at some of the games we've had more success, and we're getting in that mid to upper 50s, even into the 60s in a few games this year. I think that's going to be a big key tonight. Is what's the pace going to be? Are we going to play in the 50s and 60s, or is it going to be a game in the 30s? And if it's a game in the 30s, I don't know who that favors. If it's a game in the 50s and 60s, I definitely think that favors us quite a bit. So we'll kind of see what Coach Cruz has for the Rams and what Coach Drury has for us to see kind of what kind of pressure we're going to put. That was the biggest thing going into that game last week. I had us down for almost 15 steals. Again, that's not an official stat, but I had us down for almost 15 steals in that game. So being able to create 15 steals and then a whole other set of turnovers, turning over a team 20, 25 times, again, those are easy possessions, and most of those lead to easy layups at the other end. It's a big difference in the reason we're able to win 15, 20 points.
Yeah, I think that you hit the nail on the head. This game is going to be all about pace, and a faster-paced game absolutely favors us. I think Bailey has a pretty strong interior player, but their guard play is a little challenging at times against pressure. Based on our last game, if they're able to control the tempo and play through their big girl in the paint, it could cause us some trouble. And we seem to play better and play with a little more intensity and a little more confidence when we're playing a little faster pace. So this 100% comes down to if we can dictate the tempo to our liking, and if we can do that, we should have a pretty good shot of winning this game.
Definitely think so. We are going to have to cover just a minute. They're going to do the national anthem. We'll come back with our starting lineups and a few stats before we get going today. This is, again, the first game of the Crawford County Sectional. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
More than X's and O's, playing high school football has taught me respect for my coaches and teammates, our opponents, and the officials.
On the softball field, I learned how to be accountable for my actions and how they affect the rest of my team.
Every game reminds us that humility means winning with class and losing with grace. I'm Dante Pope from Maryville High School.
And I'm Ashton Elpers from North Posey High School. These are just some of the lessons we learned from high school sports that we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Wins and losses, highs and lows, success and failure, they are all part of being a student athlete and a human being.
Learning how to handle these ups and downs on the field prepares us to handle them off the field, too.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the lessons they teach by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character. This is education-based athletics. This is your IHSAA.
If you're looking for a church in the area, try Turning Point Church at 899 West McLean Avenue in Scottsburg. Come see Pastor John Jackson and the congregation at Turning Point, a place of second chances and new beginnings. Regular services are on Sundays at 10 a.m., Tuesday prayer time at 7 p.m., and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Check them out on Facebook, YouTube, or online at turningpointchurchscottsburg.com for upcoming events, class times, and more. You can also catch Pastor John on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM each Sunday morning at 8:15 a.m. Also, Turning Point will be having a food giveaway for the community on February 10th and 24th from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. or until the food runs out.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. Who we've got the premium pork pounders coming in tonight, alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind Big Wrap. Starting your hunger, it looks like we've got Big Double and Big Chicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. 2 full points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
And we're back here, Crawford County High School. I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard back home again in Indiana at a sectional.
No, that's a nice touch by Chris there, Chris Crawton, the AD here. I want to say that I'm really impressed with how Chris is running this tournament. He's very organized and not missing anything. His hospitality room even had a venue, so I was really impressed with that. I'm definitely taking notes on hosting for next year, but great touch with back home again in Indiana. Already planning on how we can find somebody to do that for us next year. We might have to add a little twist to it to take this to another level.
Yeah, facilities here.
Tough one to beat.
Facilities here are just fantastic. If you're in school thinking about building new facilities, you should come check this one out. It's just the expansion, the field house, the concessions, just everything. It all ties in really well. It's all done really well. And again, I got a lot of respect for Chris here. He just does a great job. Stays on top of things. I think he's a great coach, but he also just does a fantastic job organizing everything. So always a pleasure to work with.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who is a head basketball coach on AD, and I've done both of those jobs, just not at the same time, and I often in this AD job sit and think about how challenging it would be to do both.
Yeah.
He does a great job with both, and as you mentioned, their field house is exceptional over there. They did that 100% right in all aspects, so very impressed with it.
Well, meanwhile, also I was going to say, I don't know that I've ever heard at a high school game the electric guitar version or the national anthem. I thought he did a fantastic job. But it was just, again, just a nice little touch, something you don't always see.
Right, there's a couple of their students there, and that's what this is all about. I mean, obviously we're here for, we want to watch some good basketball, but it's a chance to showcase your school and showcase other talents that are in your school. The young lady singing beforehand, and then a young man on the guitar are both probably, I would assume, Crawford County students.
Yep.
They're showing off their talents.
Was a volleyball player, a surgeon girl. I thought they basketball too. We're going to get started here. Eastern starting out with Jackson, both Avery Smith, Addie Smith, Katie Honor, and Sydney Burton. And meanwhile, the PAOLI Rams going with Hopper, Paul, Cruz, Peyton, and Hannon. Hopper being their leading scorer, average about 15 a game for the Rams. Definitely their go-to kind of throughout the night. It's going to be, we'll see how our bigs can handle her. Meanwhile, for Eastern, we still got Addie Smith leading at about 13 a game, Burton averaging about 9 a game, and then Avery Smith averaging about 7 a game. I may save this for later, but I think I was calculating. I think Addie's pushing in on 1,000 points, which is pretty exciting. So, and possibly could happen this week, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's always a great accomplishment. I think with her, she just wants to win.
Addie with her first deal, I guess we got to quit talking. Eastern able to put a lot of pressure up front. Going the other way, Eastern brings it down heavily in a 2-3 zone. Addie Smith outside gets it over to Avery Smith. We got Honor running baseline, looking to move cross court to Addie. Tries to get it into Burton. Burton, tough look. Kind of spun through some traffic. Avery Smith's going to come flying down the lane. She's going to put one in. Little runner in the float. Eastern in a diamond press.
Yeah, Addie's battling a little bit of a bronchial infection.
Right.
She's got this. He struggled to breathe a little bit, so that's staying healthy this week.
Able to get across. Honor gets the deflection, almost out of steal. That's going to be Peyton out top. Gets it to Hopper. Hopper being trapped out top. again, this is one of those like we've made before. I'd like to see Katie just get a little bit better angle and force that trap to happen. It's going to be Cruz for three, no good. That's going to be an offensive rebound there by Hopper.
So that's not good. We just kind of looked and watched her slide in there and get an easy rebound. There wasn't really a lot of resistance for her to have to come up with that. Like to see us. Again, we talk a lot about those missed shots. They're going to come off opposite side, or in that case, there it may came off a little more to the front. But we just wasn't quite ready to snatch that.
That's one of the things. Anytime you're going to play zone, it's hard to rebound out of the zone. But knowing that, you got to be that much more purposeful about that shot goes up. You got to go find somebody because it's not necessarily your man. It's whoever you can get a body on.
Sometimes it's tough to box out in the zone. I always like, and I got this from watching a video on Syracuse. Jim Boeheim was one of the best at zone.
Honor's going to fire the three on the other end. But
they talked a lot about flooding to the weak side, right? And they get three people to the weak side. They really believed in that weak side rebound, and I'm a big believer in it too.
He's putting a lot of pressure up top in the full court. That's going to be Katie Honor getting a jump ball. It's going to be Eastern basketball. And Eastern with a 5-2 lead right now. 6:08 to play here in this first quarter. Bailey staying in that zone. I think just a silly miscommunication there. I think Avery's going to cut to the post, and Natty tried to throw it here, throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, not on the same page there. It's almost like we were running a play or something, and just not on the same page. A little cross up.
This is where I think Hunter can get a little bit different angle and really force. They are going to force a turnover anyway. They're going to throw that ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Again, with her wingspan and just as long as she is, she can really force you kind of wherever you want. In a second, she flattens out, create options. We don't want to give them options. We want them to do what we want them to do.
And you want to force them into the trap and then angle them off and keep them there.
Addie Smith's going to drive baseline. She's going to get bumped and knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a foul on number 3, Hannon. Easton gets it into Avery. Avery's going to drive in the lane, gets it out to Honor. Just a little too hot there. Again, two kind of unforced turnovers so far.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of just, again, not being on the same page on the one. It kind of reminded me of a cross-up pitcher and a catcher. Correct. Catcher called for a curveball and Burton threw a fastball.
Yeah.
That one there, Avery just never looked at the rim, and the defender read her eyes the whole way and knew she was going to pass. You got to peek at the rim and at least make that defender think you're going to try to score if you want to make the pass. Your eyes tell lies or they tell the truth.
For me, I don't love the lob pass against the zone ever. Another steal there by Addie Smith. She's going to get it to Honor going the other way. Honor's going to lay it in for 2. Again, she just seems like she gets her hands on everything. If she doesn't get the steal, she deflects it to somebody who does.
Yeah, and it's a lot of that's reading the eyes of the defender. It's anticipating.
Eastern guard Jackson's going to come up with a steal there in the backcourt, and it looks like they're going to get a foul. Girl just kind of ran over on that play. That's going to be Hannon again, her second. And she kind of had nowhere to go. The steal was clearly going to be Jackson's, and they were running the same direction, kind of run her over. That's going to be Walker's going to check in for the Rams. We got Robbins and Trainer checking in for the Musketeers. It's kind of been the pattern the last several games, kind of that 2-3 minute mark, go a little more guards.
Yeah, and try to get everybody into the flow.
Addie Smith's going to fire for 3, no good. Rebound Bailey. Trainer go up with it. Oh, come on.
Yeah, she's below the volleyball line. You got to just get it back up.
And she was open when she rebounded, but then second she brings it down. She's the smallest player on the floor. They were just able to eat her up. They're going to get a jump ball. It's going to be a PAOLI basketball.
Sometimes that's the best shot you get is that stick back. You just got to be ready to score it off the catch.
Bailey going the other way, gets it into Hopper in the middle of the court, gets it all the way down. That's going to be Walker on. Walker tries to go up against 2, and the ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. I don't remember Walker playing that much in that game last week, so I don't know if either I just don't remember it. I don't have a great memory, but so their first sub off the bench is somebody I don't know we saw last week.
A little bit of a mystery, huh?
Bailey gets the ball into Hopper. Hopper trying to finagle around. Good body control there.
It's a good pivot work. She just wasn't able to finish.
Not able to finish. Eastern running the other way. Addie Smith out top. Finds Robbins on the wing. Robbins going to get into the lane. Tough shot there. And Avery almost had an offensive rebound, but
yeah, those shots off 1 foot. It's not a lot. They're hard to make. You're off balance. I'd like to see to take a little hop stop, go off 2 feet.
They're going to get a foul there on Robbins. Trying to take that steal. She almost had position, but she just a step behind. And that reach in, they're going to get her for an easy call. Again, Eastern with a 7-2 lead, 4:25 to play here in the first quarter. Kind of in a 1-2-2 half-court trap right here, looking to trap in the corner.
Yeah,
so she changed her pivot, but I don't know what
it's kind of no man's land for her. She got it. I mean, if you're going to catch it in that deep corner on the pass, you probably need to be ready to shoot it
or do something with it,
or attack it. Yeah. She held it and allowed herself to get trapped, and we did a good job of forcing another turnover there, which is what we want to do. We want to maximize and get more, create more possessions than they do. What we don't want to do is turn it over and give it right back.
They're going to get Robbins for a travel there. Again, this is one thing in this offseason. Whenever that happens, I'd like to see her not catch on the right foot. And I know there are players that can do that well, but for me, it's dangerous.
And the right-hander too.
Yeah, that programming is just dangerous. And she does that a lot. When she does, there's Addie Smith with yet another steal. Going to go the other way. Finds Trainer for 3. No good. Rebound Paoli. It's going to be Hopper trying to go the other way. And she's going to try to pull back out. I thought she was going to try to have a fast break. Not a team that plays with a ton of pace. Hopper working away in the lane. Ball got deflected. They get it back to Hopper. Hopper's an interesting. She's kind of that point guard, forward, center.
Okay, so, she's got a good, strong build to her, and she handles it well.
That's going to be Hall for 3, no good.
Looks like she can score in a couple different ways for them.
Looks like the rebound's going to be Burton. They're going to get, looks like number 10. Yeah, they're going to get Cruz for her for that loose ball foul. Nice block out there by Sydney Burton.
She did a good job using her body, moving her feet, keeping her connected, not letting her slide around her. And was able to draw the foul off that. It was a nice technique there.
Addie Smith out top, gets it to Trainer. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm thinking. Gets the ball to Addie in the corner, no three, no good.
Trying to force that
rebound there for Burton. Gets it over to Avery Smith. Takes it out to Addie. Addie's going to try to drive baseline. Gets it to Robbins.
Yeah, I mean, they zone. They do a pretty good job of cutting off the driving lanes. You're not going to get all the way to the rim. We're going to have to make some shots.
Trainer on the runner. No good. Rebound Paoli.
Tough on the runner there.
Just Hopper coming the other way.
Or we're going to have to probably slide somebody in the middle of that zone and try to score it there in the mid-post area, the volleyball line. There's
a deflection there by Trainer. It'll be ball out of bounds. It'll be Paoli basketball.
There's not really any driving lanes, though. Those close up pretty fast.
Well, some of that is I think that the accuracy is, when they have the driving kick, that pass has got to be accurate so that the shooter can catch the ball in their pocket and let her fly, Yeah, and if that pass is inaccurate and the shooter's got to take set, then they're quick enough to get back to that spot. Now that shot's not there.
Yeah.
Set play goes to the corner. I think they're going to get all stepped out of bounds.
So they're giving us some opportunities here. We need to capitalize a little bit. It's kind of been 7-2 here for a while. Neither team's been able to make a shot or get it. We've had some turnovers, both teams. It'd be nice to make a shot, get a bucket here and get into a little more control of this game.
One thing my coach in high school, he wouldn't scream and holler about turnovers, but he hated consecutive turnovers.
Yeah,
nice ball move. We get the ball to inside the Burton. She's able to put it in.
Yeah, we were able to get the zone to shift multiple times there and finally get something a little easier to shoot than a runner.
As a deflection by Avery out of bounds. Exactly what I was saying. So that was consecutive. We had possession there. We had 2 minute shots, which is fine. It's all right. We got shots. We had 3 turnovers in a row that were probably all unforced.
Yeah.
You get a chance to go up 10, 12, 15. Instead, you stay 7-2 for a long time,
Yeah, you don't want empty possessions, long stretches of that. That can haunt you. some of the top teams we've played this year that's haunted us, where we've had cold stretches where we have some turnovers, we have some not so great looks, and the next thing you know, we go 5-6 possessions without scoring, and good teams, they feast on that. And
meanwhile, really nice give and go there for the Winds to get the ball back to Hopper. Hopper spins back to the lane, and they're going to get a foul there on Bracy Jackson. So Hopper's going to go to the line for 2. She's able to cash in the first one. Again, impressed with just her body control, footwork, just solid mechanics. She's not a toweringly large or tall figure, but just for what she has, that kind of a small forward frame, she uses her body well.
Yeah, she's strong and moves well.
Addie Smith out, gets the ball into Honor. And this is one we've got to make somebody else guard you. So you've got one person on you, make one other person commit to you, then somebody's open.
Right now we're just kind of whipping it around. We're not really making the zone. They're just going east-west. We're not making them have to collapse on anybody. That's a good idea there.
Again, the thing there for Addie is she's got one on her, and she gets by one. So now a second has to come. And any time that happens, somebody's going to be open. And that's just it truly is that simple. There's only 5 of them. But if you allow just one person to guard you, well, then you're just passing and passing and passing. Meanwhile, weird the horn ring, but they're going to get the ball into Trainer for 3.
They'd already handed the ball to the inbounder.
I guess we had some subs check in. Okay, yeah. I didn't see that.
A little late.
Taylor's going to get the ball. That's going to be Cruz. Cruz is going to fire for 3. No good. And then on that rebound, looks like they're going to get
a loose ball foul. Yeah. Loose ball. Addie made a pretty good effort on a block there, blocked that 3. We didn't come up with the loose ball, the 50-50. PAOLI did. It bounced around and got a loose ball foul.
I won't knock on her, no, but she does not look like she feels very good.
She doesn't. She's got like I said, she's got an infection.
Set play there for Hall. The inbounder gets it in. They get it right back to her. She's able to put it in. That's fairly close to the gap, 9-6, just inside of a minute to play.
Not contagious. I want to clarify that. So nobody's like, man, why is that? She's got a non-contagious.
Another kind of unforced turnover there. They kind of throwing the ball over Trainer's head.
Yeah,
right now, big.
Yeah, right now we're just everything is a pass. I got away with travel.
Yeah, Taylor going the other way. Throws a bullet pass about 15 feet and goes right over her head.
I'd like to see us, when we move the ball, attack seams, draw 2 defenders, and when we've done that, we've either drawn fouls or we've been able to maybe get a decent look. When you're just going east-west, I mean, that zone, they just go back and forth. Or, they can stay packed in there. I'm not saying you don't do it every now and then, but you got to do it some. But we got to attack seams or get it in the middle there.
Robbins gets it over to Trainer.
I'm having a hard time.
Gets the ball back to Robbins, finds Avery on the inside. She's going to try to post.
They collapse on the middle pretty hard.
Avery's going to work inside. Nice spin move back. She's going to put it in. Nice move there by Avery Smith. 5 seconds to play.
No foul here.
Nowhere to go. Yeah, no fouls. Nothing silly. Cruz kind of throws the desperation. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Lady Musketeers up 11-6 from the first game in the Crawford County Sectional. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup. And the crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium 40-pounders coming in tonight, alongside the Chicken Classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind Nick Raff. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. We're from the sidelines, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
And we're back here, Crawford County High School. Lady Musketeers up 11-6 to start the second quarter here against the PAOLI Rams. You know, this is almost the exact same situation we had last week. Last week we were up 4 or 5 points in that first quarter, and the second quarter was the difference of the game, where we were able to really get after it, really extend that lead to 10, 15 points at halftime. Maybe I think it was 17 maybe at halftime. Yeah, let's see if this quarter's going to be the same thing. PAOLI doing a little better job of handling the pressure. They've had some unforced turnovers and some forced turnovers. We'll see kind of if we can kind of keep that pressure heading on. Eastern going back with their starters to start the game.
Yeah, I mean, PAOLI doesn't look very deep, so I would think that, you know, in the second quarter we could hopefully make some ground or have some ground gained. You know, you hope by just continuing to pressure them and eventually take advantage of some of those turnovers for baskets to try to, you know, score in some spurts here. The other thing is that first quarter reminds me a lot of every sectional first quarter I've watched teams play. I mean, kids are, even though it's, you know, they just played each other last week. It's a sectional. They're a little tight, probably a little tight, a little nervous. It's a sectional. Everybody's a little tight and nervous, and they struggle with different things from the perspective of. I can't say I've seen that. I guess you got to check in at the end of the quarter, and we forgot to do that there.
Okay, so I was thinking that they were looking at scores or something like that, so there was some confusion about who was in the game, I guess. You do have to report prior to that first horn, and Addie Smith did not check in, so they were just saying she's got to come out until the next dead ball. Yeah, come on, Bailey. It was kind of a silly pass. But sometimes I think she just tries a little too hard to be finesse. And just make the easy pass, and she's trying to weave something in there, and she kind of launches that, you know. And I know she's a freshman, and she's going to learn.
Yeah, she's learning, and she's a freshman, and those are freshman lessons that you just got to learn by playing a lot of times.
Right.
And
Avery Smith gets it back, gets it over to Hunter. Eastern kind of passing the ball around the wing.
We're attacking. We're taking a dribble. I'd like to see us be a little more assertive and try to draw, you know, 2 or 3 dribbles in there and try to draw somebody, and then create. Right now we're pumping it around, and literally PAOLI's just standing in their spots. And we finally got it in there.
Get Avery on the cut. Avery finds Sydney Burton. Burton's going to put it in for 2. Although Avery's first shot wasn't good, but right there finds Burton on an easy pass, an easy lay-in.
So they will come up with the miss, and by being aggressive, you draw defenders, and then that creates opportunities on rebounds or dump-offs.
Eastern staying in their press. And I didn't think they had a great look at it, but Crawford still gets all the way down the other end, throws it away on the baseline.
Yeah, right now, a lot of PAOLI's turnovers they've been out of bounds. We haven't been able to, you know, turn them into transition baskets. It'd be nice if we could get some turnovers and turn them into some transition action.
Eastern with the 13-6 lead. That time they got kind of a set triangle action right there. Get the ball, Addie in the high post. She's going to put it in for an easy 2. So
yeah, I like that flash.
Just saw that movie. You can kind of see that triangle action. The high post went to the top of the key. Top of the key went to the wing. Wing cut in. So just seeing some action. We lost sight of her. Addie's going to get an easy little 8-foot shot behind the ball goal line.
Yeah, sometimes when you just stick somebody in the mid-post, that middle player can just match up to them, and they're almost like guarding them man-to-man there. But when you take them out and you leave that area open, you're able to maybe get in there off the dribble or off of a flash, and it's just as good. The idea is to get it in the middle of the zone or in the short corners, and that's where you break zones down, and there's lots of different ways to do that.
Well, tell the defenders when they look at the ball, that flash is there because they're not seeing you. But if you're just standing there, they got you in their peripherals. Right? They don't have to do anything to guard you. But if nobody's there, then when you enter that zone, that's a little different.
Yeah,
Avery Smith gets the selection. That's going to go to Katie Hunter.
Love the weak side flash into the zone. John Beeline was really good at that. West Virginia and Michigan, they just would flash. Of course, they always had 4 guards, and they'd flash those guards in there, and they could score it or they could kick it to people.
Yep.
I really like that.
Katie Hunter with the steal.
Yeah, we're giving them some issues up front here. We've got some deflections. KD didn't finish on the previous field, but it was good to get something in transition like that. At least that's what we want. We want to be able to score off our press a little bit, and that's how we're going to blow this game open potentially. If we can get some conversion back just like that.
That foul was on Hopper. I guess I didn't say that PAOLI did go back with their starters, and that's going to be Peyton just checked back into the game. They are going back with Walker. So getting quite a few minutes right now. I think they're going to get Walker there with a foul. I have to imagine it's just for a little bit more size inside. She's quite a bit bigger than those four guards that they have.
Now, I'd like for us to watch our passing.
Addie Smith finds the three in the corner, no good.
Passing, we're not evaluating what we have sometimes, and they're reading our eyes. Again, I think we'd have better success attacking seams. Or flashing people in on the weak side.
Cruz tries to finish in the full court. Not able to finish. I think Eastern got a hand on it. Meanwhile, going back the other way, Avery's able to cut right between two. She's able to put in kind of an off-balance, weird layup, but makes a nice cut between two players. PAOLI handling the pressure a little bit. There's a deflection there by Avery.
He's gotten several deflections.
Hopper going the other way. He's going to get the ball in, gets it out to Cruz. Another deflection. Gets it over to Walker.
Patino would always set goals for deflections in games.
There's going to be a steal by Sidney Burton.
Deflections lead to steals, and if we're getting a lot of deflections, good things are going to happen.
Honor's going to fire for three. Offensive rebound there by Avery Smith. She's going to attack, and then she's going to get fouled. But she's going to go to the line. We're going to shoot our first free throws of the game. That foul's going to be on number 11. That's going to be on Walker, so she just picked up two in a row, back-to-back.
Another timeout. PAOLI's taking a few.
And that's going to be a timeout on PAOLI. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
Congress is poised to pass a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. 82 million Americans risk losing the news, sports, talk, traffic, and vital emergency information they rely on. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this bill now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we're back here at Crawford County High School. Lady Musketeers up 17-6. PAOLI has called their second, maybe third time out of this game so far. Again, kind of the same thing we saw last week. Eastern able to dial up the pressure here in the second quarter and kind of extend that 11-6 lead on a 6-0 run to start this half.
Yeah, Coach Cruz is sensing that this game, kind of like what we've been wanting. We've been able to get several deflections here. We've been able to get some conversion baskets. They went from 7-4 to 17-6. Pretty fast, and that's what we're looking to do off our pressure, and he's sensing that he's got to try to put a stop to that right now, or it's going to get away, and you're not going to be able to come back.
This is one of those things that, although it's great experience for your younger girls, this is it. This is it for your team. So there is no learn from this and move on. It's you don't learn tonight, you don't win tonight, you're done. So it just creates a different level of urgency. Avery Smith gets her own rebound. Misses that second free throw, but gets her own rebound. She's going to get fouled to go back again to the line. That foul's going to be on number 32. That's Carriana Burkhead, who just checked into the game, seeing her first action.
The fouls, they always got one more foul to give here, and then we'll be shooting free throws the whole rest of the quarter. So this is kind of an opportunity for us to continue to be aggressive with our pressure, find ways to get inside the gaps, and go make points at the foul line.
The good thing is we've able to knock in both of those. We've been able to press and trap it without fouling. So we've had some games this year where just kind of silly fouls, we get exactly what we want. It's going to be Avery still Avery with the deflection. It's going to be Trainer with the steal. Gets this back to Addie Smith. Gets it to Burton on the baseline. First of all to Robbins. Robbins has an open look. Catching, no good. I want to say great block out there by Peyton for PAOLI.
Yeah,
Avery is an animal on the offensive glass, and she's able to hold her ground, giving up some signs. But going back the other way, that's going to be Addie Smith with yet another steal. She's going to go all the way to the other end. and lay it in for 2.
And again, like we talk about numbers, if you get enough deflections, eventually those deflections are going to turn into steals. And so just being active and looking to get your hand on the ball, eventually they'll turn into steals, and then eventually they'll turn into layups. And the next thing you know,
PAOLI's able to get the ball into PAOLI's able to get the ball into Hopper. She was double teamed by both Avery and Burton, and just nowhere to go. They're going to get her for a travel.
They did a good job right there of really balling up and holding our ground and not fouling, not reaching in there and bailing her out. And Avery and Sydney both did a real nice job of that.
He's able to get the ball inside with Avery Smith. Back up top, Daddy moves it around the wing.
We're moving around, but after it gets to shift, the attack is seen.
Like trying to get the ball into Burton, and she's going to draw a foul there by number 10. That's going to be Cruz.
Some coaches have rules against zone where, like, you make a pass, then if you're receiving a pass without a dribble, you attack, and if you're receiving a pass off an attack, you make a pass. And that way you're not settling into a pattern against attacking the zone. Like right there, we probably made 8 or 9, 10 passes just every time off the catch, and eventually they kind of start reading that, and they're able to pick a chance to shoot the gap or get a deflection themselves. So you want to kind of keep mixing it up and getting them shifting and moving, and then you create offense off that.
Burton able to catch in both. I will tell you from my playing experience, if we got the ball as we were open, it was shooters.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying pass up.
Robin's going to get a steal and not able to finish.
That's the best.
My goodness.
That's the best way to do it is play off your jump shot. Like be confident in your jump shot.
Oh wow, they're going to call a flop there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There was a lot of contact, so it probably had to go one way or another. It didn't really impede anything, I suppose, other than her progress to the basket. But
so that is not a foul. That is, they're saying that she exaggerated the contact.
Gave a warning.
They give a flop warning, which is a new thing this year.
I don't love that this year.
I've seen it called a few times, but they called it one of our first games of the year in our boys' games.
Really?
I think there's enough contact. You either call the foul or don't call the foul. But there's definitely contact. So good ball movement there. That's going to be Hall's going to get into 2. That's their first bucket of this quarter.
Yeah, they've had a hard time getting the ball in position to even score. We really, like I said, I'd like to know our amount of deflections we've had in this quarter in particular.
Maddie Smith's going to try to drive baseline, gets it out to Burton, over to Avery.
Yeah, they
finds Robbins. Robbins open for 3. No good. Rebound Burkhead. Gets it to Hopper. Run the other way. And you can just tell that they're trying to speed up, but they don't have. You can tell it's not played that way. Oh, yeah. I think she got away with one.
Yeah, they know they got to probably play that way now, especially being down.
That's going to be a 3 there by Peyton. No good.
But that's not really their style.
Well, you can just tell they look a little uncomfortable. They're going to get Robbins there on the baseline for a 15-footer, no good. Avery with the offensive rebound. They're going to put it back in. I like it.
Avery's been playing with a lot more confidence.
That was one thing I know growing up in the Wildcat Patino era. He absolutely loved back tips, and that was in the Tony Dell, Walter McCarty area. They had points and rewards for back tips. If you can get a piece of the ball, and that was something that they put a lot of pride in. Yes, you might beat the trap, but guess what? They're on your tail the whole time.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, he was big on keeping deflections.
Yeah,
and those are little things that.
Hopper's going to fire for three.
Now there, we gave up on the ball and let Hopper have this clean, unscathed three. We got.
It looked like one person tried to switch and the other one didn't.
That screened off a little bit, but also just kind of gave up on it.
And that's Avery with an offensive rebound. No good the first attempt. Gets her own rebound. Puts up the next attempt, and she's got to put it in. He's just going to extend to a 32-11 lead with just over a minute to play here in the second quarter. It's been all Eastern this quarter. Eastern dropping back still into that kind of 1-2-2 zone. That's going to be Peyton. Had an open three, didn't take it. Shot fake, gets into the lane, no good. Little good job. Avery Smith with the rebound. She's going to push, try to get the ball up to Bronner.
Yeah, Bronner had double covers there, and Katie didn't have her on that. Probably in that situation, Katie should have just kept going and attempted to draw one of those defenders, and maybe Emma clears out and gets the dump off.
That's one thing I like to see is Emma can go down that other side of the lane. So you give Katie that option. If Katie doesn't take it, now we'll come across some post. Instead of post first, hey, let our guards work.
Yeah, go to the naked post, go to the weak side, short corner out of the way, and then you get those dump offs.
And then if she doesn't drive, now you can come across some posts. Otherwise, you might. That's going to be Burkhead.
Sometimes they get clogged up in there.
Good rebound there by Walker. Not able to put it back in. But Avery Smith's going to be knocked the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I see PAOLI's kids. I mean, they're on their shorts. He's only going about 6 deep here. And this pressure is, like we talked about in the second quarter, kind of worn them down. And we've seen a lot of these struggles.
It's going to be a foul there on Burton
for the Rams because of that pressure.
Again, that was just a clear out and Hopper get open kind of play. Hurt and Burton kind of battling for position. They're going to get Burton for a foul. Which I will say that Sydney, she's had several of those kind of cheap fouls called on her. There's nothing she can do there. You're just fighting the position, and Hopper.
I think she got her hand kind of caught. Yeah, she kind of got her hand caught in there a little bit where it looked like she was holding her
on the inbound.
That was a tough one.
They're going to get Hopper. She's going to kind of go to the middle.
Those happen when you're under the basket, right in front of that official. They're watching in the lane, and they're
going to get Jackson for a foul there. Again, I'll give her credit that she just finds a way to draw contact, and she's not shying away from the contact. She's not trying to finish over you or around you. Yeah. She's going to go into you.
Yeah, she's strong. She's not scared. She'll take a hit.
That's one thing as we develop, as the post players develop. Like to see, you see Emma, can she finish with contact? Obviously Brace is a senior, but
she's a nice free throw stroke too.
So 6 for 6 from the line. Eastern trying to advance the way, gets it into Bronner. Out to Addie Smith. Addie's going to drive into the lane. Hard off the glass, a little hard. Looks like Avery Smith's going to get a tie up for a jump ball just inside of 7.7 seconds to play. Eastern up 32-13. Probably going to have kind of one chance. Maybe throw something up. See what they draw up. Honor tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, we're pressing man-to-man right here now, which is a good move, a little different look. And they've got 6 seconds. We're trying to deny them the basketball, not let them have something clean, and then pressure them. We don't want to foul though. We almost did. We did. On a half-court three.
Hopper fired from 3, and it looks like they're going to get a foul there on Jackson.
Yeah, you want to.
Kind of silly.
I mean, at that stage, she's got a half-court. You just kind of want to maybe say boo a little bit, breathe on her maybe from afar, but you do not want to get yourself anywhere near where she can even show that there's a little contact. That's
being there is one thing that you just cannot swipe at anything. You can't
show your hands.
Just get your hands up and
100%. That's one of those you just got to be a little more disciplined, a little smarter there in that situation. I did not mind going man in that scenario just because a different look. It needed to probably be a little more of a containment man to stay in front and make him shoot a half quarter.
Hopper hits her first two, trying to keep her perfect from the line.
She got a nice throw.
She hits all three of them.
Real nice rotation on her shot.
And that's going to be the end of the first half. Lady Musketeers up 32-16. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM. We're going to cut to a couple commercial breaks, and we'll be right back.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance, but not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheese balls, I tail insurance. Even shouldn't get parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, today at 812-620-8923.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Mama Rosa's brings their famous pizza buffet to you on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for just $12.99. Choose from a wide variety of pizza, homemade soups, and a large salad bar with their favorite potato salad, slaw, and desserts. Then come back on Friday nights for the homestyle buffet from 4:30 to 8 p.m. or 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays for $15. Children's buffet is only $7 each. It's where you'll find a variety of good home-cooked foods at Mama Rosa's.
And we're back here at Crawford County High School. This is Sectional 46, Game 1 of PAOLI Rams against the Lady Musketeers. It was all Eastern most of that half. That first quarter, Eastern with 11-6 advantage, in that second quarter with a 21-10 advantage. They're really able to put just a ton of pressure, and that's including that she hits 5 free throws in the last 1 minute of the game, of the quarter. So you're really holding them to just 5 points for just over 7 minutes. A couple silly scenarios where she was able to get 5 free throws, but really able to extend the lead. Almost the exact same thing that happened last week when we saw these guys.
Yes. So we wore them down there, and just really took control of the game there in the second quarter. Outside of letting Hopper putting her at the line, you don't want to put her on the line. She's got a nice free throw shot there. But what we need to do here is we need to come out of the locker room and win the first 4 minutes. Like, we cannot come out and kind of just think this thing's over and just come out here and just play it to play it out. Like, it's very important in these sectional games in particular that you establish yourself out of the gate coming out in that third quarter, and whether you focus on winning the first 3 or 4 minutes or whatever, but you really need to come out and really reestablish yourself. If I recall in that game, we kind of had a moment maybe towards the end of the third quarter or something going into the fourth where we kind of let them get back in it a little bit. I wouldn't say like where it was, we were scared or anything, but they had a little bit of a run left in them. You can't expect anybody to just lay down and die, especially when their season's on the line. They're going to come out and go after it.
Right. Well, the first half kind of fairly balanced for the Musketeers. Sydney Burton with 6, Addie Smith with 6, Connor with 5, Avery with 13. So really having just a really nice first half. She's had a couple nice post moves to really get it done on the offensive glass. That 2 or 3 of her buckets have just been outworking that zone, outworking on the glass, and able to get to the line. She did go 3 or 4 from the line, so able to get the job done there. And Bronner chipped in too. For the Rams, Hopper with 12. She's 9 of 9 from the line, and then she hits that 1-3. And then Hall has 4. So just 2 players scoring for them. I was a little surprised by that. I kind of thought this team was going to be able to shoot a few more threes, just seeing the way they played. Seemed like Cruz fired a lot last week. Even the Hannon they fired, they just seemed like they got a lot of threes quite a bit last week. And last week I think they hit 5 threes in the game. They're really not taking a lot tonight. I feel like we've outside of the one where we just left Hopper wide open and didn't really even attempt. I feel like we have contested or been able to get there on the pass. Like we're doing a good job of moving on the pass and not on air time, as they say, instead of just waiting until somebody catches the ball and then going to the ball. Like we're following the ball in the air and we're there on the catch. So we got good activity tonight.
And you can definitely tell from PAOLI, nobody else seems confident, and it's just get the ball to Hopper and see what she can do with it. Last week she tried to distribute a little bit more. You had a little bit more balanced attack, but it's been pretty much, can we get it to her, and how quickly can we get it to her? Last week she didn't play the point quite as much, and she's handled the ball quite a bit in this game. But definitely she's probably more in her element when she can get the ball on the volleyball line than when she's just trying to bring the ball up and try to score for herself. Eastern will be able to shut that down. So kudos to our guards who are taking out top and to our posts that are guarding her underneath.
Yeah, I really feel like, again, the pressure, the tempo is where we want it. We're really active, especially that second quarter was extremely active. Lots of deflections in the full court and even in the half court. And that's what you want to see in the tournament. You want to see kids come out hungry and ready to prove something. And I think this first half was pretty solid overall.
That's one of the things. You look at the tempo that we're trying to push them to, and even if we haven't forced turnovers every single time, we do force them to make a rush decision. And oftentimes that rush decision is almost just as good as the turnover because you get somebody to take a shot that they're not comfortable with. You get them to take that extra step that they weren't catching in rhythm, or because they're worried about that person behind them, or they're trying to catch and get rid of it. And again, it may not have been a turnover, but that tempo forced them to make a rush decision, and sometimes that's just as good.
Definitely, I definitely love how we're pursuing the ball from behind, even when it gets past our front line. We got some really good speed, and those kids are aggressively pursuing from behind, and that definitely puts a thought in that ball handler's mind that somebody's coming up, and it just adds one more thing to think about, and it makes decision-making a little bit more difficult. Of course, it's faster, and then you're thinking about who's in front of you, who's around you, who's behind you, and that's why effective pressure can be tough to deal with at times.
So I did this earlier. We'll kind of run around the area, just kind of show you what's going on tonight. So in the 4A sectional up at Seymour, Jefferson playing Floyd Central tonight. That winner will go on to play Seymour. Then that winner will play Bedford New Albany winner for the championship. Up at Scottsburg in sectional 30, that's a 3A sectional. Charlestown and Corden are going on tonight, and Silver Creek and Madison. So I think you're going to see 2 good ball games right there. Corden playing, just having a fantastic year. Charlestown, very impressive to me. Their guard play and the post player just really solid. Silver Creek, probably the favorite in that sectional. Got so many weapons, but going against Madison, having one of their better years in the last several years. So kind of a loaded night tonight for that Scottsburg sectional.
It's a quality 4 there. Charlestown just got ranked and then lost to Madison and somebody else, but they've had a tremendous year, and of course Corden's and Silver Creek are just both so talented. They have great backcourt play. They've got to both have big girls who are athletic and skilled. Great coaching. I mean, those are 2 of the favorites. You would expect them to be in the final.
Madison finished 16-5, Silver Creek 20-2. Corden finished 17-5, and Charleston 14-8. So you got just a wealth of talent.
Four really good teams.
4 really good teams. So I'll be curious to see what comes out of that one. Brownstown is on the road. They're playing up at South Ripley. They're playing Brown County tonight. Interested to see if they had advanced. They would play Austin tomorrow night. Both Austin and Brownstown, again, just conference opponents. Just really solid. Should be a great matchup. Then obviously you got the Borden section going on tonight. Just one game tonight, Rock Creek and Christian Academy. Tomorrow night, West Washington will be playing Borden, and Hinder will be playing South Central.
Christian Academy, I saw, has won like 9 out of their last 10. So I mean, they're playing some good ball. Of course, that's the win. I mean, they're hands down the best team in it. But
Christian Academy ended up 12-10, which is a winning record. Borden ended up 16-5, a top 5 team in 1A.
imagine Borden is clearly the favorite. Henryville's got some weapons I don't know if they can overcome, but finishing 13-8, just having a really nice season for Coach Guernsey there.
West Washington's got some players too. I mean, if you're going to knock somebody off, that's that first game. You're going to, that's probably the best one to draw if you're going to beat Borden.
If healthy, West Washington's they've got the weapons, right? I know they've had some health the second half of the season, some issues, but hopefully, best of luck to them tonight. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the second half of this game. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
5 times national champions, 22 conference championships, 3 on the way. Yes! 17 Big Ten Players of the Year. Goes up a shot. Again! 7 basketball Hall of Famers, and countless memories on the court. Grace, what's it up? Oh, yes! What a battle! This is Indiana Hoosiers basketball.
And we're back. Starting for the Rams, it looks like they're going to go with their original starters. We do have a little bit of foul trouble. Both 4 girls with 2, so several of them having 2 fouls. Really 4 Eastern, only Gracie with 3 fouls, but they are going to start back with our original starters, which is Jackson, Addie and Avery Smith, Katie Honor, and Sydney Burton. So Jackson's got 3. We'll see if she can kind of stay in the game without feeling it. She had 1 silly foul and 2 pretty solid fouls. So
we want to come out here and establish ourselves.
Set play there to get Addie Smith to 3 on the wing. No good. Burton on the offensive rebound. Gets it around to Honor. Honor fires the 3. And good.
We establish ourselves, knocking some shots down, and then with pressure, and really just put the Rams away here in this third quarter.
So Eastern switching to kind of a 2-2-1, a little bit different look.
And they got over top of that. And then Gracie picked up the foul on the back. She really just needs to go finger to the ceiling and hold her ground there. And if she scores, we're up 19.
Eastern able to advance ball up to Hannon. Hannon she attacked like crazy. They're going to get Gracie for her 4th foul. Hannon's going to go to the line for 2.
It's a little different look, the 2-2-1. Maybe just trying to show something different. But that was way too easy. The diagonal pass was way too easy over the top of that thing. We need to get better ball pressure.
Well, that secondary in the 2-2-1 has got to be cognizant of that next line. You absolutely cannot make that pass, or you can't press this way.
Yeah, they inched up. We had all 4 of our people probably volleyball 10-foot line.
Right.
Is that right? Is that what you call it? 10-foot line?
10-foot line.
10-foot line and in. So, I mean, we had 1 person back with about 4 people back on that for them, and it's just if they get over top, it's over.
Again, if Cooper's wanting to work on something, now's the time to work on something.
100%.
If you think it's something that can help us down the road in this tournament,
nothing wrong with sneaking that in there.
Same set play, kind of gets Addie on the weak side. Addie, they get the ball inside the Burton, back out to Addie.
Yeah, you don't want to stick your dribble
back
up there.
Burton, middle of the lane. It's going to be Avery's going to drive baseline. Good ball movement here, but somebody shoots the ball.
Yeah, I like the ball movement.
Burton takes a little left-handed shot from right side the volleyball line. No good, but she's going to go to the line for 2.
And the thing I liked about that ball movement is it wasn't entirely out on the perimeter. We drove baseline and got that drip pass, and we got a quick swing. And we were able to, get it into the paint after they got scramble mode. That is really what you want to do. You want to get that zone scrambling around, and then that's when seams and opportunities present themselves.
That foul's going to be out top for her second. So most of Bailey's team with 2 that's played in this game. Burton's first free throw is no good. Second one is up and good.
We're going to stick with a 2-2-1. We need a little more ball pressure up here on the front. Force her down the sidelines. And then over the top, that's what we're looking for.
A steal there by Addie Smith. Gets it to Burton. A lot of contact.
Yeah, but Addie needs to dribble that out. She settled too much.
Meanwhile, the other way, Hannon attacks. No good. Leisure on the rebound. Addie missed the layup on the other end. Oh, my goodness.
Addie didn't decide to shoot that until she was almost under the backboard. Like, she needed to make her decision at the volleyball line. She got
I think she got to about the 3-point line. I think she was looking to pass. She realized they're not going to guard me. I got to go do this. And then I think she was still looking to pass.
Yeah, she was not being confident looking to score there.
It's going to be Katie Hunter with the deflection. It's going to end up her steal. She gets it over Avery Smith. Man, Avery kind of muscling through.
Avery's pretty determined right there.
She turned into the lane and hit a wall, and then she was going to split the trap, and Abel kind of goes up, and they're going to get a foul there. I think it's going to be on Cruz. That's going to be her third. So you were correct. That was a girl on a mission right there.
Yeah,
she was not going to be denied that opportunity.
She's been playing some pretty inspired basketball lately. Like I said, the Lanesville game, I think she kind of hit her stride a little bit, and she's been a little determined lately, a little more so than, I mean, she always plays hard, I feel like, but just a little more under control, determined. Need to capitalize on that.
They was able to cash in both. Eastern extends 38-17, 21-point lead here. Just over 6 minutes to play here.
The pressure, get it on the sideline.
Eastern gets the trap up top. Going to get back to Hopper. I thought she double dribbled, but Hopper gets it down, finds Hannon in the corner. Hannon's going to hit a three.
So, yeah, we trapped under the goal. That's tough because she's got two ways out. You want to try to trap more in the corners, on the sideline.
Eastern gets the ball into Avery Smith. She finds Burton. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. It's going to be PAOLI basketball.
Avery probably should have went and shot that because if she misses, it's probably coming off on the other side of Sydney. She tried to, be unselfish there, and it's either if you're going to make a pass in the paint, it almost needs to get bounced fast. There's just too many hands down there for that short of a pass.
The same thing, kind of ended up trapping underneath the basket, ended up creating a free on two the other way.
I don't like trapping under the basket. It just it puts us at a disadvantage. I'd rather see us forced down the sideline.
Walker gets it into Hopper. Hopper making a strong move, able to finish. That's just 18. Bailey staying kind of in a 3-2 zone, a little different look than that first quarter.
Yeah, we attack the baseline. That's where it's at. We want to attack the baseline.
Again, I think Katie's just got to be patient. She knows Addie's coming through.
Yeah,
there gets Bailey Robinson driving right there.
They're loaded up top. The drives up top aren't going to be there. The baseline's where it's at. We need to get it to zone shift and then attack that baseline.
That's exactly what Coach Drury is telling her. Katie brought the ball to the wing, and she had Addie cut behind her, but she was looking across court, and that's where it's going to be open because if they come out and get Addie, Burton's going to be wide open in the post.
100%. That's where we need to exploit the
ball into Hopper,
which is what Hopper's doing to us on this end. She's figured out I can go down in that short corner baseline area and maybe make something happen.
Like Sydney Burton's going to pick up her second foul.
Might be her third. That's her third.
My apologies.
Got a couple key people in foul trouble here. Hopper's not going away. She's figured out the baseline of this 3-2 zone. We might need to.
Well, you got to make a little adjustment here. She's that senior. This is it for her.
Yeah,
she's had really two back-to-back really solid seasons for PAOLI.
She's probably 10 for 10 from the line.
I got 11-11 from the line right now.
I'm going to foul her.
PAOLI's going to cut this 14. It's 38-24. 5:08 to play.
So this is what I was talking about, that third quarter, just establishing yourself because you know they're not going to go away. And I thought we did that a little bit, but at the same time, we've had a couple fouls that have hurt us, and we haven't executed against 3-2 probably as well as we need to.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I'm impressed with Hopper. She had a decent game last week, and we saw just some potential, but she's been a little bit different, a little more aggressive offensively this week. And you can tell the other girls they're getting her the ball, and that's their goal each time down the court is get her the ball, and then they'll take whatever else they might get. But
she may have looked at him and said, "Hey, give me the ball." I'm a senior, and I ain't going out like this. So
yeah,
I got a lot of respect for her. She's stepping up her game and trying to put her team on her back, and we got kind of.
So she's already at her season average right now at 15 with most of the second half to play. So we'll see kind of where she lands for the rest of the half.
So they're in that 3-2 again. The middle, we need to get on that baseline, I think, and maybe attack Hopper a little bit down there. Okay, there we go.
You get the ball in the middle. Again, as soon as the bottom of the zone stepped up, that left Sydney Burton wide open for an easy lay-in. So There's another steal there by Eddie Smith.
We did that off a flash, another weak side flash. Again, instead of having somebody just parking in the middle.
And Eastern going back to that diamond press. The 2-2-1 was not what she liked.
Yeah, being sneaky behind his own is really good.
They get the ball up. That's going to be to Walker. That's going to be Burton with the steal. Going the other way. Definitely better trap action on both out of that diamond than what we saw out of 2-1.
That's been our bread and butter all year, and I like the coach made that adjustment. Try something new. If I need to go back and work on it a little bit in practice, it can make you learn some things from it and see if you can improve it.
Need to leave that one in the oven a little bit longer.
Yeah. But go back to your bread and butter as they started to inch back into this game and not let it get to where hopefully we can put out this fire and regain control. So that was a good move.
Ball got deflected out of bounds.
We telegraphed that.
I think it's not a terrible idea trying to get the ball in there, but that there's 3 in there, and everybody knew that.
Yeah,
this is where really just got to be a little more patient.
Yeah, again, the eyes tell lies or the truth, and you could see right in her eyes, 100% she was going to fire it into the middle there, and all 3 PAOLI defenders saw that too.
That's one of those fine lines, especially for younger players. Coach is probably telling them, "Hey, let's attack the middle, attack the middle."
Yeah,
they can't get tunnel vision in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want to try to do, and that's what you want to try to. That's what you're trying to get. Nice steal there by Bailey Trainer.
Absolutely.
Hopper tried to throw it the length or all the way across. Before Trainer's going to get her first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that is because kids are literal, and she's just trying to do what coach is asking her to do, and sometimes they're literal, and that's one of those things you learn to. Apply what coach is wanting, but not necessarily just do it because she's telling you to do it. Like if there's triple coverage, you don't throw it in there. That comes with experience.
Meanwhile, Hopper finishes on the other end, going up against Burton.
You got to like this.
If they called that one a flop, I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Yeah, that was
a little bit worse.
It was. Yeah, I agree. Again, we're playing a lot out here around the.
Addie Smith for 3. And good.
Playing just around north-south, though, above the volleyball line, and I really feel like the opportunity is below the volleyball line, whether it be off of post flash or off of.
Oh, wow! I'll take the call, but I don't know that I agree with the call. Avery Smith's doing a nice job of hustle get back. They're going to get number 10. That's going to be Cruz for a foul. I think that's her 4th. That's another senior getting her pick up her 4th foul. I don't know that Avery's set. Maybe she's out of control, but either way, the rule is about, are you in legal guarding position? I don't think she was there, but obviously they saw it different, so it is what it is. We'll take it. Asians on the other way with 21-point advantage. 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
I like how what we're trying to do there, where we start Avery in the middle, and then she pops out, we vacate that middle, and then we flash somebody in there. So that vacating it hopefully drags out a defender, and then we flash somebody in. But when we flash in, we got to flash into an open spot, not flash into just like the free throw line, because that's where 3 defenders are at. The open spot is more volleyball line area, I think. And if we can do that, I think we'll get that.
Yeah, the free throw line is not going to be open. It's not. They're in a 3-2 zone, so that's going to be covered. And even if the person does catch the ball, they're going to be swarmed.
There's nothing they can do.
Nothing they can do. What you got to do that middle is got to draw a post defender. So wherever that has to happen, that we're drawing a post defender. Now that happens. Now our post player will be open. But it's important that we draw that post defender, not the guard defender, in that action.
Yeah, I still think driving the baseline because I just don't think they're real fast on the baseline. If we can drive it and then slide somebody in on that weak side, like we talk about that opposite dunker spot area, or even a drift 3-point shooter, good things can happen.
So 15-foot baseline jumper. Avery working on the rebound, tips it out to Addie Smith. Addie finds Robbins.
Again, ball's never went below the 3-point or free throw there. Finally,
ball into Bronner. Bronner's got to turn and look. She's wide open. She's got to turn and look.
That's the matchup. Avery needed to really attack that girl right there.
Addie gets it in. Nice driving dump. Going to be Robbins. Finds it back out to Addie. Addie's going to fire for 3. No good.
A little short tonight.
It's going to be Avery Smith almost had a jump ball. she does that as much as anybody I know. She'll let him get the rebound. If she can't get it, she's going to just go tie him up, you know. It's going to be a tie up there on the other end. They're trying to get the ball into Hopper. She had 2 different ones. I think Bronner's going to get the jump ball there. That's going to be Eastern basketball. The good D there, kind of just making her not cut into open space, and she end up clashing with 2 people there.
Exactly. Yeah. We're there we go.
Nice dump
Something on the baseline.
Robbins finds Bronner. Bronner not able to finish.
Emma's just a little low there. She needs to get to the block and get a little better angle. It was just too flat of an angle to shoot that layup. But the right thing, that's the right action I think we can exploit.
But she missed. It happens. She's got to get past it. Her body language says it's the end of the world, and she just missed the layup. But hit that on the square. She hit that up above the square, and that's just a tough call.
Yeah.
You know, Avery Smith gets almost off the 3-1 ball, gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be PAOLI basketball.
Oh, okay.
I was like, man, I thought they got her.
Take a call.
They're going to get travel there on Dayton, trying to go against the press, and just kind of took that extra step, but I thought they called a foul. 1:19 to play here in the third quarter. Scores 47-26 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. Again, it's so strange. This is a near carbon copy of last week. First quarter, second quarter, everything has been just kind of pictured. Robbins tries to get the ball into Bronner. Tough look. Bronner not able to come down with it. Barely takes it away.
It's a tough one. Throwing it up, throwing a lob. I mean, Emma can definitely go up over them and get them, but catching it, well, just not able to get the hands on it. Definitely a high travel right there.
Kicks it out to Hannon. Hannon's going to fire for 3.
Got it good. I think we tipped it. Yeah.
She definitely, I thought she touched it, yeah. But she didn't miss it that way. Trainer's going to check in for Andy Smith. So, Sean, at what point in your game are you thinking, obviously,
and then they got all the momentum, and you get really tight. So I think you come out of this fourth quarter and you really tell the kids, hey, we need to establish ourselves and put this thing away here in the first 2-3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Let's win this. Let's really win this the first 3 minutes of the quarter, and then
get some rest.
Put them away and let's get some rest. But you don't want to do it too early,
right?
And because the way Hopper's playing, and if she can go to the line and make free throws.
Her and Avery battling on the inside. Avery picked up a foul in our last one, just able to use that body. She just uses that body so well to seal and get a good angle. So twice when they out in inbounds, each are not being able to kind of do anything unless they go double team her. Avery got called for 1 foul, and then we got a jump ball there, so it's going to be PAOLI. So Ashton Johannesburg is going to check in for her first minutes. Give Avery a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I think do a little break here, then come out.
They're going to that's going to be Hopper going up against Bronner.
3 minutes, and
they're going to get Bronner for a foul right there.
Emma's getting a little emotional, and you take a deep breath. And sometimes a teammate is going up and telling somebody a joke in that situation,
right.
Make her laugh,
right,
and just let it go. Something funny, and then tell her, hey, it's all good. Next play.
Well, so Emma being so long and so tall, when she kind of gets down that stand, she wants to body, and she's got to realize just use that height to your advantage. Just get up tall. We don't have to bang right here. You're 6 foot, and you got another 2 foot of arms. You can cover 8 feet just getting those arms up in the air.
Just hold your ground and fingers to the ceiling.
Bailey looking to press. That's going to be Robbins on the turnover.
So Hopper's 13 for 13 at the line, and you definitely don't want to allow her to be in a position where she can score, make shots where the clock stops, and it actually is making a huge impact. So
Bailey trying to dribble through the press, and once she got past that first line, she's got to find somebody that's open. Bailey going the other way, getting the ball back into Hopper.
Yeah, she's
going up against Bronner. Bronner's tough shot, no good.
Wasn't able to get the call.
We didn't get a good block out there on Walker.
Hopper again coming up with that 50-50.
That's going to be Hannon, no good. Get this rebound in the Eastern. That's going to be Hunter going the other way.
It's good.
She's going to go to the line for 2.
Hunter did a good job there of protecting the basketball. She got contact. Hopper, impressive. She's playing like a senior, doesn't want to go home, and I got a lot of respect for how she's going about her business out there. She's competing, and
Hannon picks up her 3rd.
Not going to fight her, not going to give up.
This is another one. We get that outlet, and Hunter's going. We've got to have another post player, or even if the guard's sprinting to that opposite block, trying to get up ahead, get ahead of the play on the opposite side. So if that defender goes or is for some reason able to stop on her, then you're going to get an easy one. But sometimes we kind of get to where we're going to watch them go, which is
right to the ball.
But those trainer and Emma, I think if they just get to the other side, you're going to get a layup.
I agree. Outrun the basketball. If you can outrun the basketball, you probably are going to get a layup.
Walker on the other end. It's going to be a block there by Robbins. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Eastern with a 49-28 advantage. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM. We're going to cut to a commercial.
What a weekend for Purdue basketball. They're the all-time leader in Big Ten titles. They play right here all year long. You don't want to miss a single game of Boiler Ball this season. What a weekend to be a Boilermaker. The Purdue Boilermakers play here.
And we're back here at Crawford County High School. Again, this is the first game of Sectional 46. Eastern with a 21-point advantage over the PAOLI Rams. That quarter was all Eastern. PAOLI showing a little bit of life. Their highest scoring point, highest scoring of the game. Eastern 17-12 in that particular quarter. Eastern definitely the last few minutes able to kind of just solidify and put it down, put it away. Able to get to the line several times in that quarter that we haven't got the line other than Avery. Not really got the line very many times, so 4 different times able to get to the line. Show us as being aggressive and get to the rim.
Yeah, again, they're not going to go away. This might be their last quarter of the season, PAOLI's, and they're going to play like it. And we need to this first 3 minutes really come out here and run our stuff. I think the baseline's where it's at. Try to get some easy buckets down on the baseline, and let's just pretty much regain control. Reestablish ourselves, and
Eastern starting this quarter was Addie Smith,
put it away.
Bailey Trainer, Bailey Robbins, Katie Hunter, and Sydney Burton. Meanwhile, PAOLI going back with their same starters. That's going to be Hannon, Vernon, Peyton, Cruz, and Hopper. Nice move there by Sydney Burton. Pump fake, gets it out to Robbins for 3.
So that's good. So that shot came off the baseline. We attacked the baseline, drew defenders, kicked it back out, and got to kick out 3.
Beat a defender, drew another defender. Guards collapsed, Robbins wide open, and when she can just catch and shoot, where she's not having to create, great defense there by Sydney Burton, and I think that's going to be Cruz's 5th foul. I think she's going to be done. Great defense there by Sydney, able to get back.
That was a good job of sprinting ahead of the basketball and getting back and protecting the rim. We talked about transition defense, stop the ball, guard the basket. Those are the 2 most important things you got to do, and we did a good job on that. But again, attack this baseline, make people guard you down there, not score layups, and then kick out 3s, and let's put this thing away.
Coach Cruz did not love that call. Obviously, that's his daughter, fouling out. He didn't love the call. I think it was about as easy a block charge call as you can get.
It was.
PAOLI looking to press, try to create something. Almost had a turnover. Robbins finds Hunter. Hunter had Burton was wide open underneath. Good jumping jack, saying, "Find me the ball." But Hunter no good on the 3.
Yeah, it was an open 3, but Sydney was wide open. He would take a layup.
Again, lazy on the pass. Robbins throws it away.
Another one of those. We just kind of looked where we were going to throw, and
Hopper going down the lane. No good.
Good box out by Sydney there.
Hopper's going to pick up. Looks like her 3rd. Hopper, you can tell, just frustrated in the miss. And so she's going to go up. Avery Smith's going to check in for the Musketeers. So right now, almost with their starters. gets it to Burton in the full court. Burton's going to go to the rim. Oh, I thought she got away with the travel there, but finds Addie. This is one where I don't think you need to be any kind of stall, but just take an open shot, lay up,
shot. Not on the short corner.
Burton got trapped and throws it away.
Yeah, instead of trying to dribble it right away, if she pivots, I think she would find that she has that skip pass back out for that three, but she dribbled immediately right into the trap and kind of lost the ball.
But once you dribble immediately, you pick it up. You only got one option.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can just survey a little bit, she's one of the smartest students I have. Just survey, think, survey, and then
peek at the rim, see what you got.
Hopper with the pull up, no good. I tell kids, you got to play the game. So you got to see what they're giving you, and then it's reaction nonstop. They're going to do something, you got to counter. They're going to counter. You're going to counter. So when you kind of get in autopilot mode, that's the play we're running, or that's what Coach said. You got to constantly be surveying. What are they giving you? And so we're not forcing those silly turnovers.
We're kind of turning and just passing again without looking for rim.
Honor's going to be open for three. They're going to be good. That's her third three of the game.
They're to find that kick-out three. Still likes to peek at the rim, see what you got, then they'll just turn and just fire it. Because, again, quicker defenses are going to get that pattern. They're going to read it. A girl like Crozier for Lanesville does an exceptional job of that. And
Ball fires for three from the wing, puts it in. 31-55, 24-point lead here for the Musketeers. Bailey going back to the kind of a man-to-man. Robbins shot fake, pull up, no good. It's going to be off the rebound there by Burton. It's going to get tied up.
Eagle battle.
It's going to be just a ton of jump balls, but some of that just off rebounds, both offensive and defensive. The other team just able to tie it up.
Yeah, that's
going to be Peyton's going to check in for the there. And 21 Jones is going to see, that's Hannah Jones, the freshman, going to see her first action.
We're falling back in that 2-3.
I kind of wondered if this was a point that she didn't get these starters a break, but I don't know if she saw something she didn't like or what. That's going to be Hopper there for a little elbow.
Again,
no good.
See what you got.
Avery with the offensive rebound, finds Honor underneath the basket the other way.
Usually if you do that, you play with poise, you try, especially now that they're coming after you, you're probably going to find somebody open. You just can't just turn and just throw it, pivot, be strong with it.
Hopper, top of the key.
See what you got.
Gets it over to Hall. She's going to fire for three. And good. So 2 in a row there for Lily Hall.
You're not getting out on the shooter. You don't need to get in a hurry here.
Again, 4:15 to play. 57-34. Lady Musketeers on top. Addie Smith trying to drive, just kind of dribbling around in circles right now. This is one of those ones where you hate for her to be so exhausted. She's not feeling great, and but you do what it takes to win. I know that's what she's thinking. What's it going to take to win? Addie Smith drives in, gets it into Burton. Burton comes back.
Pivot move, just couldn't
off the glass. Avery gets the foot back, and good. Hopper going the other way. That's going to be, he's going to dribble out of bounds. I think he was looking to go to the rim and under for whatever reason. She's kind of bouncing off bodies. Bracy Jackson going to check in. Just unfortunately, she ran into foul trouble. So she's got set most of this game due to being in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Bracy and Trainer going to check back in. 3:37 to play. She's up by 25. Jackson's she's got to make that softball throw.
Like to show off
to Hunter.
Softball prowess a little bit there.
I know that she enjoys basketball, but her love is softball, and so she got to show off a little bit. She throws a bullet, from full court, catches Hunter in stride. She's not normally used to catching people in stride, but throws off that arm.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see her this spring. I don't know if you got to see her in the years past, but
no, I've heard she's a tremendous player, and I know she signed with Kankakee and going to pursue the next level there. Excited about that, so we're happy for her and excited about that opportunity. I know she works hard at it. Lady I used to work with, her daughter and Bracy played some travel ball together. And when I took this job, she just spoke so highly of Bracy. She loved Bracy, and her daughter loved playing softball with Bracy. So I knew that there's a really good kid there that immediately that my girls would be around.
Bailey going the other way. That's going to be Jones firing for three. Rebound there by Addie Smith. Finds Bailey Trainer, has a wide open layup for two. Good find there by Addie. I wish I had more hands. I could stat things, but Addie's doing a nice job. I bet she's got 5 or 6 assists on the night. I got her down for 7 or 8 steals. Just having a really nice game. Maybe not scoring as much as she had in the past, but really controlling every other aspect of the game. Hopper's going to fire for three.
Done a good job of taking what they give her.
That's going to be a 30-second timeout by PAOLI. 2:47 to play. Eastern up on top, 62-37. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the end of this basketball game.
Drew and Johnson Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, the top rating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
And we're back here at Crawford County High School. Sectional 46 action. Looks like Coach Drury has given most of the starters a break. Other than Honor, it's going to be Robbins.
Again, that's something we need there. That's a home run play. In the long and tall, but she's not going to go up and get that.
One, you're up 25.
Yeah.
And two, I hope that came from a place that we're just trying to get Bronner some confidence.
Yeah, I'd say
it's going to be a deflection there by Robbins, and that's going to be Bronner with the steal. I hope that's where she was kind of coming from, because you don't need the bucket, and not that you're in a stall, but be patient here. And Robbins trying to finds Bronner. Bronner turns and scores. I'd like her to get that a little lower off the glass, but she gets it way up on the glass, but she's able to put it in.
It just gets too deep. She gets too much under the square there, that she was able to bank it in at that tight angle.
That's going to be Hall again for three, no good.
Like the
rebound Jackson.
Give herself a little more space on that play.
They're going to get Hopper for a foul. There was a lot of contact there. Jackson kind of rips the ball out, and she's like, "You're not going to take this one from me." And
instead of going away from the basket, and was able to finish that.
PAOLI with the miscue. Looks like Asbell's going to check into the game, and then Burkhead's going to check in. And there for the Musketeers, Allie and Esh and Johanningsmeyer are going to check in. I didn't know what they would see tonight, but Ashton was nervous. Allie was more nervous. I'm like, just go play. It is what it is. It's great. Go play. So,
great experience for them as freshmen to get their feet wet a little bit tonight, and you never know. And they have a long career ahead of them. So getting those minutes and opportunities, the freshmen here will pay off down the road for sure.
Well, I think just taking the jitters out in the future. The minute and a half they're going to play doesn't do that much, but it definitely just the next time. Okay, I've seen this. It's okay.
Just being there, in the moment.
Robert's going to find Johanningsmeyer. Ashton throws it away, trying to find Bronner.
So much of this is mental, and some of that mental training you get is hands-on. It has to happen in the game.
They're going to get a jump ball the other end. That's going to be, looks like they're going to get Bracy Jackson and Emma Bronner out. just inside of a minute, 54 seconds to play. Eastern up 66-37. I think it's one of those. You're in it. We don't need anything. Just take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, get a layup, take a layup. It's wide open, but you don't have to force it.
Roberts go another way. Mine tries to find Purdue. Sahara short. He just checked in. Turns it over again. They're going to go the other way. It's going to be Hannon on the baseline. That's going to be Smith for a little 15-footer, no good. Inside 20 seconds to play. Now he finds Ashton. Ashton's going to dribble it out. Almost 10 seconds to play. And that looks like that is going to be the ball game. 66-37. And that'll do it. The first game of Sectional 46 is in the books. The Lady Musketeers on top of the PAOLI Rams, 66-37. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll talk about some quick stats, and then we'll get ready for tomorrow night's action.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Do you wonder what it would be like to live without hip or knee pain? Joint replacement at SNEC Orthopedics and Sports Medicine makes it easier than you think. SNEC is proud to be one of the first in the region to offer Mako robotic arm-assisted joint replacement surgery. This latest advancement transforms the way joint replacements are performed. Mako allows your surgeon to provide you with a personalized surgical experience based on your specific diagnosis and anatomy. This means less soft tissue damage and greater bone preservation, less blood loss, less pain, fewer days in the hospital, and faster recovery. Taking a walk, riding a bike, and playing with your grandchildren. These are just a few of the simple joys in life. But for those with bone and joint pain, these simple joys are often too painful or unbearable to truly enjoy. With Mako robotic arm-assisted surgery at SNEC, you can get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at SNECortho.com.
And we're back here at Crawford County High School. Again, the Lady Musketeers victorious over the PAOLI Rams, 66-37. Some stats for the game. For the Rams, Hopper scoring 23, leading the team. Averaging 15, so well above her average. Hall chipping in 10, hitting 2 threes there back into the quarter. Then Hannon with 4, so just 3 scores. So nice job there by the Musketeers. You'd like to think you try to contain Hopper, but obviously we didn't shut her down. But you know, she had a tough night and still was able to put up pretty good numbers. Meanwhile, for the Musketeers, Trainer had 4, Burton had 9, Addie Smith was 9, Honor was 16. That was the quietest 16 I've ever seen in my life. I was totaling us up. I double-checked, triple-checked. But had a nice second half. You know, it had a few of those breakaways that kind of worked out in her favor. Avery Smith ended up with 15, had that really just dominant first half, ended up with 15 for the game. Bailey Robbins with 5, and then Emma Bronner with 4. So pretty balanced attack, kind of all over the place, which is kind of what you want to see for us. When you got 4 girls right there on the verge of double figures, that means that a lot of good things are happening for us. We're sharing the basketball. We're creating shots for your teammates, and I think that's where we can be pretty effective.
Yeah, well, again, it all starts with tempo and that pressure defense, and creates opportunities for everyone off of steals and run-outs, and then we were able to get control of the game, and then once they try to start pressuring us, we were able to get over top and get some easy buckets on the back side of that. Again, a lot of good ball movement, and able to create off of, with some weak side action opportunities, whether it's flashing from the end or driving baseline and then kicking to the weak side. Did some good things there.
Again, I've got it down for 16 steals. Again, that's by no means the end-all, be-all stat, but when you can, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you can take the ball 16 times and probably convert half of those into easy buckets, it's hard to win if you're the other team. we probably forced 25, 30 turnovers in this game, and really take care of business down the stretch. Maybe an ounce of a letdown in that third quarter, but really is in control the whole game. Really from the tip, which I've said several times on the air that I don't know that we've put 4 quarters together. So this may be as close as we've come to probably pretty solid 4 quarters of basketball with an ounce of a letdown in that third.
Yeah, I mean, again, that first quarter was probably a typical first quarter of any sectional game. First sectional game, a little tightness, just kind of. They filling it out, and then the second quarter we started turning all those deflections into steals, and they turned into layups or good opportunities, and we were able to really take control in that second quarter, and then in the third quarter overall really reestablish ourselves to control and maintain throughout the game. So it's definitely a pretty overall solid and encouraging performance, and good balance scoring wise, and that's what you need to be doing this time of year. So it's a good, positive game.
Meanwhile, Eastern will advance to Friday night semifinals. We will play the winner of this next game. It will be Clarksville versus Mitchell. Clarksville, on Harold's website, the favorite in this particular game. Both teams, Clarksville 6-15, Mitchell 4-18. Whoever we will advance tonight will see us. Tomorrow night's games will be. What do we just say? I just said it. Tomorrow night will be Crawford and Providence, and then Lanesville and Salem. Again, looking forward to see that Crawford-Providence game. I think it's got the potential to be a really great game. But Salem's going to have their hands full with Lanesville. So we'll kind of see what the rest of the week holds. We will be back on the air on Friday night to have that Eastern game, whoever they are going to play. Again, lots of great basketball. So even if you're not an Eastern fan or whatever, get out and support your local teams. They love to see packed gyms, especially this time of year where you got all these girls competing for sectional championships and then hoping to make a run in the state. It's different in Indiana, and you attending is part of that. Creating the fanfare, creating coming out and supporting these athletes. And I feel like we've had just great support all year. But just to come out into the sectional, this is do or die. This is win or go home. And to have the support of just a packed house is just a great experience for these girls. So I encourage you guys all to get out and support somebody.
Exactly, and as the week goes on with the tournament, the crowds tend to pick up, and by Saturday night, you make it there. Usually, especially these smaller, my experience with these smaller, 1A and 2A sectionals in particular, like everybody, you might as well just lock all the doors and peek in Lanesville and turn off the lights, and just about everybody there. So, and that's what it's all about. And hopefully, we'll find ourselves there, in that situation.
Meanwhile, again, Lady Musketeers victorious over the Rams, 66-37. It's been a great first game of this sectional. I look forward to the rest of the week and seeing kind of how this all plays out. Again, hopefully we're going to be playing for that sectional championship. We got one more hurdle to pass Friday night. Going into Saturday night, I think we got a great shot against either of these two teams. I think that
we do. Clarksville's much improved. They've played some people decently tough lately, and they've improved a lot. Amanda's done a good job with them. I haven't seen Mitchell in a while. I know they were struggled early in the year. I haven't really paid attention to see how they've come along, but I do know, following Clarksville a little bit, they've had some close games with people, and they seem to be much improved from where they were last year, and Coach Carmichael is doing a good job with them.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, meanwhile, again, it's been great working with you tonight. We will be back on the air Friday night.
Fun.
I think the Salem guys are going to have tomorrow night's game here at Crawford County. Then we'll finish up this next month going into the boys sectional. So that is going to be it. This Lady Musketeer basketball here on WSLM.